I was a single dad when I married a Japanese woman. So I dated 5 girls at the same time to see which one I was going to marry to help me raise my son, because I'm trying to fight in Japan.
Rampage Jackson, who broke the norm by marrying a Japanese girl. In many interviews, he often speaks about his love for Japan, and it is no wonder he got his forever partner from the country. But then, what is the relationship like today? Are they still married? What about their kids? Join us as we take you through all you need to know about Rampage Jackson, his wife, and their 4 kids. Rampage Jackson. Rampage Jackson is a renowned man. However, details of his personal life are shrouded in mystery. You can call it complicated. However, within it all, Jackson was well known for marrying a Japanese woman. So who is she, and what is the relationship like? Born on June 20, 1978, Quinton Rampage Jackson is an American actor, mixed martial artist, and former professional wrestler. He won 3 titles: the Pride FC World Middleweight Championship belt, the Bellator Season 10 Light Heavyweight Tournament Championship, and the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship. During his time with Pride FC, Jackson rose to fame in Japan thanks to his aggressive fighting style and colorful demeanor. After joining the UFC, he contributed to developing mixed martial arts as a global sport. This means Japan had a lot of influence on him. Could this be the reason behind his love interest being tied to Japan? Quinton Rampage Jackson, a retired American mixed martial fighter and actor, is married to Yuki Jackson. She was born on December 31, 1979, in the United States. Since Yuki is not a social media person, little is known about her. Rampage has been married to Japanese-American Yuki Jackson since 2006. However, his marriage to a Japanese might not have been agreed to by everyone, especially in Japan. Let's explore how interracial marriages are viewed in Japan. Interracial marriage in Japan. Historically, Japan has been a very homogeneous society, so interracial marriages were rare and sometimes met with suspicion. However, with globalization and increased exposure to other cultures, attitudes are slowly changing. Especially for Black, Japanese couples, this is quite frowned upon in Japan. While things are improving, some interracial couples still face scrutiny, especially in rural areas. Family pressure can be significant, with concerns over language, cultural differences, and traditions. And though blatant discrimination is less common, on the bright side, Japan's media has recently started portraying more interracial couples and biracial children, often referred to as hafu. This visibility is helping normalize mixed marriages. As Japan's population declines, there's also growing recognition of the contributions from foreign residents, leading to more acceptance over time. For children born from these unions, known as hafu, their experience can be mixed. While some are celebrated for their diversity, others may face bullying or struggle with their identity, especially in schools. But as diversity grows, so does acceptance. The good news? Younger generations in Japan tend to be more open-minded. Thanks to the internet, travel, and media, they're more accepting of intercultural relationships, so the stigma is gradually fading, especially in big cities. That's a good thing because Rampage Jackson and his wife Yuki had children as well. The couple are the parents of Elijah and Naomi Jackson. But are they still married? Keep watching to find out. In 2000, allegations emerged that Jackson had 2 children with another woman. The children, D'Angelo and Raja, were linked to him through a paternity test that confirmed he was Raja's father. This revelation contributed to Jackson and his Japanese wife's separation in 2006. However, reports suggested they tried to reconcile later on. In 2020, Jackson filed for divorce in California. During an interview, he spoke fondly of his wife, describing her as someone who showed him love and respect. He shared a story about asking for a glass of water and how she quickly rushed to the kitchen to get it, something his mother found surprising for an average American woman. Rampage explained that this was just how it is in Japanese culture. He also mentioned how she would prepare his meals every day and care for him. Raja Jackson. Unfortunately, there is limited info on Jackson's children. We know he had 4 kids, but one walked in his footsteps as a boxer. And who's that? Raja Jackson. Let's get to know him. Raja Jackson is the son of legendary MMA fighter Quinton Rampage Jackson. Born on May 30, 2000, Raja has been making a name for himself in the world of combat sports, following in the footsteps of his famous father. With a strong and agile physique, Raja possesses the natural talent and determination necessary to excel in the competitive world of mixed martial arts. From a young age, Raja was exposed to the world of combat sports through his father's career. Growing up around the MMA scene, he was inspired by his father's dedication, hard work, and success inside the octagon. Raja's upbringing in such an environment instilled a deep passion for martial arts and a strong desire to pursue a sports career. In addition to being the son of a renowned fighter, Raja has also worked tirelessly to carve out his own identity in the world of MMA. He has embraced the rigors of training, honing his skills in various disciplines such as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, and striking. Raja's dedication to his craft and relentless work ethic have set him apart as a promising prospect in the MMA community. Despite the pressure of living up to his father's legacy, Raja has remained determined to forge his path. He understands the expectations of being the son of a legendary fighter. Raja has shown maturity and focus beyond his years, displaying confidence and skill that belies his young age. Raja's debut in professional MMA has been eagerly anticipated by fans and spectators alike. Many are curious to see how he will fare in the competitive world of combat sports, especially given his genetics and the invaluable guidance he has received from his father. Raja's potential in the sport is undeniable, and he has garnered attention for his impressive performances in the ring. In his pursuit of greatness, Raja has also emphasized the importance of maintaining a balanced lifestyle. He strongly emphasizes physical fitness, mental discipline, and overall wellness. Raja understands that success in MMA requires physical prowess and a strong and focused mindset. As he continues to develop as a fighter, he remains committed to cultivating these essential qualities. As Raja's career continues to unfold, there is no doubt that he will become a prominent figure in the world of mixed martial arts. Raja is poised to impact the sport significantly with his unique blend of talent, determination, and a strong support system. As the son of an MMA icon, he carries a legacy that will undoubtedly shape his journey and secure his place in the annals of combat sports. Raja Jackson is a rising star with the potential to leave a lasting impression on the world of MMA, and his journey is one that fans and enthusiasts will be watching with keen interest. So, that's all about Raja in the world of MMA. He's not the first son, though. Rampage's first son is D'Angelo Jackson. Then he had another son named Elijah Jackson. But phew. These individuals are not as known as their brother Raja Jackson. It seems their fathers and brothers' fame had covered them up. Rampage had only one daughter, Naomi Jackson. In a Facebook post, Rampage expressed his deep love for his daughter on her birthday. He said, "I love you more and more every day. Except for the days you piss me off. Then I hated you that day, but I'll be loving you again the next day. I love you even when you ask me to buy you expensive stuff, but then I hate you when I pay for it, but I will be loving you again the next day. I loved you when you started talking and posting about the boys you liked, but I hated you when you brought a boyfriend to meet me, but I loved you again the next day. The moral of the story is to do everything I fucking say so I can love you every day. You grew up too damn fast, but I'm proud of you. You're a great person and very smart. You got the smarts from me because your mom is very dumb, but that's for a different post. This one is about your birthday. Oh, and I hope all your friends and your boyfriend Flash see this, and it embarrasses the fuck out of you." These playful words show that Rampage has a deep relationship with his children. An Instagram post from Quentin Rampage Jackson showcased that he also viewed his daughter just as a father would. The worldly affairs that grown-ups go through made Jackson realize that his little daughter was no longer so little. Isn't that the joy of every father? What linked Jackson with Japan? For the non-Japanese fighters competing at the UFC 144 event in Saitama, having the opportunity to compete in a land with so much history and tradition in MMA and martial arts in general makes it more than just another fight. It's a chance to soak in the culture, embrace the past, and tuck the week's memories in their time capsule. In 2001, Quentin Jackson was offered a fight in Japan's Pride organization against superstar Kazushi Sakuraba. There were no thoughts of tradition, history, or the fighting culture in the land of the rising sun. This was just another fight for the 10-1 Jackson. "When I was going into the Sakuraba fight, I was broke as hell," laughed Jackson on a recent media teleconference. "I was just winging it. I didn't know anything about anything. I just wanted to make some money." Bizarrely marketed as a homeless man living in a bus while talking to birds, Jackson nonetheless shed that erroneous image with a valiant effort in defeat against Sakuraba. Japanese fans soon embraced him for his fighting style and sense of humor. Jackson returned that affection, and over the next 4.5 years, he became synonymous with the Pride organization, going 12-5 with wins over the likes of Igor Vovchanshin, Murilo Bustamante, Chuck Liddell, Ricardo Arona, Murilo Ninja Rua, as well as memorable battles with Wanderlei Silva and Mauricio Shogun Rua. So when it was announced that Jackson's subsequent professional organization, the UFC, was returning to Japan for an event, ironically in the same Saitama Super Arena where he debuted against Sakuraba, it was a card he needed to be on. When he wasn't initially, he made enough noise that the organization placed him in the co-main event slot against Ryan Bader. "It's very important to be personally," said Jackson. "My kids are from Japan, my kids' grandparents are from there. They've never really watched me fight back in the day, and I've got a lot of experience in Japan. I really miss the fans. I'm not gonna lie, I really miss fighting there, so it was something personal for me, so my 2 younger kids can come watch me fight, and the in-laws can be in the crowd and watch me fight. I never had that before, so it is something that I want to do." With Jackson coming off a championship bout defeat against John Jones last September, this is the perfect return bout for the former 205-pound title holder, considering that he can avoid a post-loss letdown by getting ultra-motivated for his first bout in Japan since his decision win over Yoon Dong-sik at Pride 31 in 2006. He's also hinted at a return to the all-out aggression that earned him the nickname Rampage all those years ago, even if just to please his longtime fans. "I think I was so popular in Japan because of my fight style," he said. "I was young and I didn't care. I just wanted to put on fights for the crowd and they love that type of stuff. In America, everybody is always worried about who's going to win and who's winning. It isn't all about that in Japan. It's entertainment at the end of the day. The fans want to see an entertaining fight, and the fans got that. In America, I don't think we have that yet." This is nothing new coming from the Memphis native, who has always spoken reverently about his time in Japan and the people there. He's traveled back to the country since his days fighting there, but as far as being mobbed by fans like he is in the States, that's not the case. "Honestly, it's kind of weird to say this, but it's true," he said. "When I'm over in Japan, they don't even recognize me. If I don't have my chain on or no camouflage, I could be anybody. And frankly, that's the way he likes it." While appreciative of the attention he gets, Jackson has also been overwhelmed at times since becoming a big star in his native land, and it's even prompted him to move his training camp at times to the Wolfslair home base in England. But for this camp, Jackson stayed close to home in his new gym, the Rampage Fitness Academy in Mission Viejo, California. "Honestly, I never thought that I would own a gym, because it's no secret that I never liked training, but I noticed that in between fights I always get out of shape," he said. "I was going to my friend's gym in Huntington Beach, but you know, I live in Mission Viejo, and right down the street was my business partner Dave Roberts, who's the guy who started me in fighting and stuff. And he was at the gym, and we got a lot of students. It's kind of like a family place, and that's the type of atmosphere I like. It's good to have your own home-based gym," Jackson continues. "Now I can go in there in my own gym and train like I want to and do whatever I want to without having to walk on eggshells at my friends' gyms and stuff like that, because everybody knows how rowdy I get sometimes. So when it's your own gym, you don't have to say sorry to anybody, so I kind of like it." At the time, all that was left was to beat Bader, a former Ultimate Fighter winner and college wrestling standout who rebounded from 2011 losses, and unlike Jackson's bouts with Jones and Rashad Evans, there's no bad blood here. "Honestly, I got nothing against Ryan Bader," he said. "He's a cool guy. He never talked trash against me. When I fight guys like this, it's never nothing personal, most times anyway. But I'm just going out there like a guy putting on a great show for the fans. I've got nothing against Ryan Bader at all. I'm still going to try to knock his head off, but there ain't going to be no hard feelings about it." 10 years after he first set foot in Japan, Rampage Jackson returns. It still may not be about tradition and history for him, but there is certainly a sentimental feel to this bout. And for all that the experience in the country has given him, now he has the chance to give something back. "I remember back in the day, Pride was the biggest show, but UFC surpassed them," said Jackson. "I think if anybody has a chance to revive the Japan MMA scene, it's the UFC. And if I have anything to do with it, I'm going to go there and fight my heart out and put on a big show." I'll try to put on the most exciting fights that the fans have ever seen, so maybe they'll want to have the UFC come back. From all indications, Jackson has a lot tied to the country Japan. What do you think of Rampage Jackson's life? Feel free to share your mind in the comment section below. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe. Before you go, click on the video displayed on your screen.